Hello everyone, welcome back to our AI engineering crash course. In this video, we'll talk about Crew AI as an AI agent framework. In the last video, we introduced agent frameworks in general, and we didn't talk about OpenAI functions because we did that in the third module already. Now, let's talk about Crew AI. To build AI agents, as I mentioned in the last video, you need frameworks to organize the whole process. If you try to do it with tools calling, as you saw it in the third module, it will be extremely hard to maintain. You will have to call a lot of function manually to have numerous functions to define the structure of your tool manually. It's just a mess. And frameworks help you do that easily. It gives you tools, it gives you an orchestration layer, it gives you anything you need to actually work with AI agents. And Crew AI is the simplest way to build AI agents, in my opinion. And that's the reason why we are starting with Crew AI. So as you saw it here, Crew AI is not especially the most popular framework. Right now it's matching with AutoGen already, but it's not the most popular, but the simplest way to build AI agents. So if you come here, you'll see the documentation here. And to use, I will go through the code with a sample example later, but I will just give you the whole global concept around Crew AI. The first thing is agent. And as I mentioned, as I presented already, agents has different access to tools, memory, and also this memory here, and knowledge base as well. Okay. So let me check here. I think you have knowledge source here. So you have these three items first. But what Crew AI gives you as a simplification of the whole process is three main things. The possibility to find a role for your agents, the goal for your agents, and the backstory. So this replaces the whole prompt of giving this handcrafted prompt to your agents. You just give the role, the goal, and the backstory, and the agent will have some kind of purpose. Okay. And you can provide LLMs, tools, and other things if you need to. And as you can see here, it's extremely simple to do that. I will show you that in the real code later. But you can just create an agent here, pass some, this is the configuration that will give you the third goal, role, and backstory. Here you will have the tools that you need to bind to the agent, and you can also pass many other things. And as you can see here, they're simplifying things as much as possible. So you can just configure your agents using YAML and just call them or specify them here, and then you have the complete thing about your agents being able to run directly. You can also do that manually somewhere here. Okay, you can do what you're doing here with YAML manually directly in the code. Yeah, kind of the same. It wouldn't really change a lot, but this is simplifying the process for you. So you have a one file where you define all your agents with their roles, goals, and backstory, and you can directly refer to them in your code. Okay. Okay, so now after agents, you have tasks. So you first create agents, and then you create tasks that you assign to these agents. And the way to create tasks through AI is actually the same. You create an object task here. And in this task, you will pass here they are calling it research task. And you can define this research task also in the YAML file here. And you give a description, the expected output, and the agent that's supposed to take care of this task. You can also give an output file if you want this agent to write the response in a file. And as usual, you can do this with YAML file, and you can also do it with functions. So you can see here, you can pass the regular description here, the expected output, and the agent that will be performing the task. Okay. So you have the concept of tasks, of agents, and now crews. A crew is just a set of agents or a team of agents, as you can see it here. You can just set it here, whereas you define the agents, you define the task for these agents, and then you define a crew here. The crew will get all the agents. You'll pass agents here. You'll pass a task to this crew. So it's like a group of people. So let's imagine it as a class, okay? And you pick 5 people and you give them a specific task or specific project to work on. So it's the same here. You create multiple agents and you give them tasks, and you define how they are supposed to work on this task. It can be sequential, so going from one task to another, or hierarchical. I don't know how to say that. Hierarchical. You can see it here. Sequential, hierarchical. Yeah. The crew will actually pick the task and work on it based on the process that you put in place. Okay. Now the flows is a way on top of Crew AI to define complex flows, if I can say it like that. That cannot be created with sample attributes. So you can create a class flow here that will define what's happened when a flow is executed. So you start by you start by doing this, and then it listens to when this finish, this will happen. When this finish, this will happen. So it's kind of a sequential thing, but you define the process using this flow method here. Now, what about the knowledge? Knowledge is pretty simple. Same, you just create a knowledge base and you pass it to your crew here as knowledge source. Okay. The LLM, same. You have a panoply of LLM that you can choose from for Crew AI, and you just define this LLM and pass it to your crew as well. Okay. And processes. Processes here, we talked about it already. And you have many other things like memory. Memory here, we talk about memory in agents. It's a way for you to say, okay, keep what's going on. Okay, keep it for a certain amount of time so you can come back to it, and you can save this permanently if you want to using vector stores or just simple local stores like like SQLite. And here you have much more things. You have tools, which are quite interesting. You can work with Crew AI tools or LangChain tools. And in the LangChain video, I show you a lot of tools that you can work with. So Crew AI support these tools. It can be a search tool, it can be code interpreter tool to actually interpret your code. It can be Office, Slack, Twilio. So you can connect many tools to your Crew AI agent as well. In the same way, same thing, pretty simple. You create an agent and you pass the tool to the agent like this, just as simple as this. And I will show that to you in a few seconds. Okay. So with that said, I think this variables is just to say, show me what you're doing. Okay. So give details, print details about your process. Yeah, I hope this gave you a good overview of Crew AI. You can go to the documentation. It's pretty simple. You can pick it up pretty quickly and then you're good to go. Okay, so now let's go into a concrete example working with Crew AI on the simple task of creating a YouTube script. So I still have my whole code base from a few videos ago here. Okay, so what we need is we had framework, now we need agents. This is from framework Harak that we from the last module. So let's stop this and create a new terminal. We go into the agent folder. We need a .env as usual, but here we'll be installing the package progressively. So let's create a file called TrueAI test .py, and in this file we'll be putting everything we need to work with TrueAI. But first, let's install the necessary modules. To install Crew AI, you need to just install Crew AI. It's just a package, but you need to install tools as well to be able to use tools that comes with Crew AI. And you can do that with one single line of code like this, pip install crew and tool. But before that, we need to create our virtual env as usual. I completely forgot that, okay? Pip env venv venv, okay? Oh, it's Python, so pip. So that's good. Then resource venv bin activate. Okay, so now we can install our package again. Okay, taking some time. So in the meantime, I can already show you how to build up with the Crew AI. So let me first just import some modules as usual. So we first import everything we need here. The only thing new here is Crew AI here that will be coming from this package that's being installed here, and it will give you agent, task, crew, process. We talk about it. I presented them, and also the SERP tool. from the Crew AI tools. This will give you the possibility to search online, because we want to do some small research online to be able to write a proper YouTube script. And this, as usual, is just to load the .env. And for the .env, we need, as we are using the search tool, we need two keys. We need the OpenAI key, and we also need the SERP tool key. Okay. And for that, you just need to go to the SERP API website and create an account there. Let me just show you, and you'll get an API key. So you just, when you create an account, you have free 2,500 requests, I think, and you just click on API key here. You click on copy, and you paste it in your file. Okay. So I will just be deleting this key afterward. So let me give it to you here. So I have both of my keys here, the SERP key and the OpenAI API key. Okay. So with that, now I can start working on my agent. So the first thing we need to define is our, our agents. As simple as that. We can directly start working with our agents. And to define our agents, we can just say, give them a name. Let's say, okay, our research agent will go online, because as you can see here, our research agents is actually have the backstory of summarizing what the research that he made online, and research any topic provided concise. So we'll give a topic to this research agent, and he will go online, search for specific things about, and summarize it so that the next agent, which is actually the scriptwriter agent, can take it and work with it. Okay, so you can directly pass a tool here, or you can pass it directly to the crew. So I think I show you in the documentation how to pass the tool to the agent, or also show you how to pass the tool to the crew directly. So here we have the scriptwriter. Same thing, role, goal, backstory. You can write this better, right? You can write better backstories, better goals. It will help the model be better overall. And the LLM also, I just chose 3.5 because it's cheaper, and AI agents can be quite expensive. So yeah. With that, we need the evaluator. The evaluator will just say, okay, this is good or this is not good. Okay. Your skill critical, reading and editing, whatever. Okay. Same. Now, when we have this, what do we need to do? We need to define our task. And to define our task, we can directly do it with just the list of tasks. We have the first task, which is researching. Okay. Which will be actually performed by the researcher. So let's say task. And here we have the research task, same description of the task, expected output, and the agent that will perform it. We have the script task. Okay, same thing, description, expected output, agent, and context research task, because we need the response from the research task to be able to perform this, and some sample output file to be able to write the result in a specific file. Okay, now we need the last thing, which is actually our crew, the definition of our crew. Our YouTube script crew here will take the research agent, the scriptwriter agent, and then the research task and the script writing task, and then perform a sequential process on top of that. And then we have the tools here, the sub tool, and we have the memory, and we have the variables to say, okay, print what you're doing as well. So if we save this, and we do Python crew.py, crew AI, test.py, we are not getting any response. So let me, oh yeah, that makes sense. Why? We need to run our agents by calling the kickoff, the agent.kickoff function. Okay. So simply we give the topic to our agents. So let's say here topic is equal to how to write better content online. And then we can do something like this, call our function like this, youtube.kickoff, and then you pass the input, which is our topic, and we can directly print the output. Okay. With that said, we can now execute this. again, and you will see some actions in the terminal, some green text, hopefully. Okay, you can see now that the researcher is called with a specific goal, and now it's gathering your right engaging headline. So the researcher finished the work and gave us the bullet points that the next agent will take, which is actually the scriptwriter. Okay, we have the scriptwriter here. Yeah. Okay, so we have our YouTube script here. So as you see here, I didn't add the reviewer. So we can just add the reviewer here simply by adding the evaluator agent here. You pass it here. You add the evaluation task. If I still have it, I think. Let me check the evaluation task. So let me create it. I don't have the evaluation task already. So let me just create it here. Evaluation task. Evaluate this content. And we need here, we need the script task as context. And the person that will perform this is the evaluator agent. Okay, so now we can call this again and give this the evaluation task. Okay, so good. We can clear this. Run this again. The researcher, okay. The bullet points, okay. The scriptwriter, okay. We have the first draft, okay. The evaluator, okay. And then we have the second draft, okay. So this is some sample, as you can see here, some sample of how you can actually make different agents work or do something special. So in this case, we have a simple sequential process. One pass to the next one and pass to the next one and pass to the next one. And then second part of this tutorial where we'll talk about LangGraph, I'll actually first show you different way of building all of these different workflows that we saw on Anthropic with LangGraph. And then I will show you how to build a special kind of workflow where you have a generator and an evaluator using LangGraph. Okay. Yes. So thank you for watching and see you in the next one.